All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the match point here between Winter and SpyderSlayer of the losers final match. So the winner of this, we mentioned, goes up to meet Desro in the grand final, and the loser gets some money and goes home.
That's correct, yeah. But the third place person will also take home one of those mythologic razor mice.
That's absolutely
true. Either one of them gets one of those mice, and if you already have a really nice mouse, then you can give it away on stream or
more money.
Whatever you want.
It's yours.
Well, it's yours. you can make it a keychain if you really want.
Hey, I remember. Yeah, so this guy one time, I can't remember if it was a birthday or something. I don't know.
Something like that.
He made me a keychain. It was really cool, but it was a 5 1/4-inch floppy drive keychain
attached to a chain.
Not really all that useful.
You'll never lose your keys.
No, you'll never be able to take your keys anywhere.
That's true.
But anyways, as we go into our match point here, tied 2-2 in the lower right-hand corner, in the blue carapace, it is Winter.
And in the top left-hand corner, trying to pull out an underdog story here in the yellow carapace, it is SpyderSlayer.
So I'm sure who the fan favorite is, but go ahead and chat. Type Winter in all caps or Spider in all caps to let us know who you're rooting for in this match. Definitely, SpyderSlayer has no production. Okay.
Oh my.
Cool.
Oh my.
Really cool here. So
I mean, go big or go home, right?
Yeah.
Like, he may be going home even after going big.
We'll see. Winter's just making drones here. He's sending Overlord across the map. SpyderSlayer has been more active in the early game with scouting, whereas Winter hasn't. So, looks like Winter is winning our crowd poll by quite a lot here. SpyderSlayer now did a little gas trick here to get an extra drone out. I'm not sure if this is a calculated practice build, but looks like we'll see. Based on the builds of Winter in last games, this could be fairly successful.
I mean, I don't know, because Winter has commented that he notices that SpyderSlayer always sends out a drone at night. So when he doesn't see that drone kind of wandering around his base and seeing what's going on, he may have a good idea of what's going to happen.
Well, you never know. That Overlord of Winter is still a ways away, and actually by the positioning, if the timing is just right, the Lings may be able to squeak out before it gets too high and will go around its range of vision. But we will have to see here, and as the Overlords are high-fiving here, Lings are out.
Goodness. And he's pulling everything here.
He is.
So this is all sorts of all in.
Overlord can see it here, and he is not. Oh my gosh, he is not going to see. As opposed to the other game where he did see exactly. Oh, what's going on here?
Oh, and now Winter saw that, right?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
He didn't see anything. I'm wondering if maybe the drone pull was a bit of a mistake. I'm not exactly sure, but wow.
That's got to hurt.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hurt the income here a little bit. But, oh, you know what? I wasn't paying attention, but I didn't see if he actually saw the Lings with this other Overlord. We would. I'm guessing he did because there is a spine crawler going down in the main base. Now Winter has to make a decision whether to pull down here, or I'm sorry, SpyderSlayer has to make a decision whether to go for this expansion or to go for something in the main base. And I feel like going for the expansion isn't real. I mean, yeah, it kind of goes both ways. It's a hard decision because if you don't have an expansion, so if you take it down, you're kind of equalizing, but if you don't get much economic damage done here, then it's not going to be super worthwhile. Yeah,
but at the same time, when you're only on one base, you really want to try and deny any additional production of larva from your opponent. You want to try and get the advantage on that.
Oh man, but this drone drawing those Zerglings down, maybe he wants to be safe to those Zerglings. Now he's putting down his own expansion here, so trying to get ahead again. Look at the units. Let's see, is 14 drones to 14 drones. So right now the drone is fairly equal with the income, actually just ever so slightly in SpyderSlayer's favor, depending on the moment. Looking at, he's mining 3 drones out of gas, waiting for that 100 gas to get speed going, while Winter actually has speed going faster than SpyderSlayer here.
Yeah, I mean, all he was really able to do was deny that hatchery for a little bit. He didn't really get a whole lot of kills there. I mean, he killed 3 Zerglings. So yeah, I don't know about this.
The signature early bathing nest of Winter.
Oh no, he didn't even kill He didn't kill any Zerglings.
He did force the cancel,
but
now
that's
Winter
all he was able to do.
is going to have Zerglings heading across the map here. There is a queen for SpyderSlayer, so he should be able to hold this off relatively fine. 1 Zergling of Winter does go down relatively quickly there, so already in the favor of SpyderSlayer. But now the Zergling number is a little bit. Wow, that actually worked out pretty well for SpyderSlayer, having 3 Zerglings just barely hanging by a thread. So they'll have a little bit of time here to heal up while the natural expansion of SpyderSlayer is done. He is now just starting to mine off it. Will get a little bit of a boost in production as he does get an inject down there. Long before the expansion of Winter is completed. Metabolic boost about to finish up for Winter also, but he does not have any Zerglings really.
SpyderSlayer only just now started his metabolic boost, so that's going to be a long time before his Zerglings can zip around the field. Winter now repositioning his Spine Crawler down by his natural, and it looks like things are going to stabilize a little bit here.
He is being a little, SpyderSlayer is being a little bit safer here. He does have a Spine Crawler out here. He is always very good on his ejects, but he did send his Queen down from his main base to kind of help defend at the natural, so he is losing a little bit of inject time there. He's trying to extend the creep up to connect the 2 bases so he can send that Queen back up and forth pretty easily. But now SpyderSlayer is going to know that Metabolic Boost is done for his opponent, as a very fast Zergling did just run into his natural expansion.
And Winter just trying to continue to get an idea of what's going on. He does have the Overlord surrounding there, but doesn't really have, I mean, he's not able to see really far in there. Does see that there is the Spine Crawler at the natural. But it doesn't look like he's doing anything. Oh, he's just going for that early lair again. Yeah.
And, you know, I think that was really successful for him last game, so that's going to be something he tries to do again. He's going for a Roach Warren, though. So it is a little bit more unusual to go for Roaches and Mutalisk, as it's kind of hard to afford, especially on a 2-base economy. But we'll see what he ends up doing. He's getting his 2nd gas, as SpyderSlayer is getting a gas as well, a 3rd gas, actually. And that's one thing we haven't really seen SpyderSlayer do. You know, he really always says how much he loves his mutas, but he hasn't been able to get them out in many of these matchups.
Yeah, I think that he realizes, though, that his overdependence on them has cost him kind of some games. Now trying to take a 3rd base in SpyderSlayer.
I was overhearing him talking with one of his buddies between matches here, and they were talking about how many drones he was behind last game, and you noticed that he is staying much closer to the drone count of Winter this game. Not missing maybe a drone round when he should be droning instead of making a unit. So that is in his favor at this point.
Trying to stay on top of those injects as well.
Yeah, so far we have a pretty calm game compared to previous games. He does drop a Changeling there. A little Zergling, one of the drones does take it out on its way back from the simulator there. A lot of Zerglings in production here for SpyderSlayer.
Both players are aware that their opponent is taking a 3rd base. It looks like SpyderSlayer is going to try and, with those 18 lings, force a cancel. He's also getting a Spore Crawler down now. I think that he's anticipating that there may be Mutalisks incoming, however.
I saw a Hydralisk den from Winter, I thought, but maybe it got canceled. But there is definitely a Spire coming down now for SpyderSlayer, so he is going to be getting out those Mutalisks, and he is really good about his timing as far as saving up the money to be able to get 10 or 11 Mutalisks as soon as the Spire finishes.
So both players are kind of starting to stage up near their opponent's 3rd. SpyderSlayer does have some Zerglings that were playing kind of a defensive role. They're trying to wrap around. Oh, wow, great Baneling connection there. And it looks like 5 or 6 were killed that were going to be heading into the 3rd. So more drones heading in there, and
this is the first match we've seen here between these two where both players have gotten a 3rd base up and mining, actually, for more than a couple seconds. But it looks like SpyderSlayer is going after the 3rd of Winter, and it's largely undefended. Winter is headed across the map with his units, so it's going to be bringing some heat on SpyderSlayer himself. Now headed into his expansion with a bunch of Banelings. Oh, but he does make a little decision, loses 8 drones.
And there are a lot of Roaches here. This is typically the thing that we see SpyderSlayer having done. These 9 Roaches moving in and trying to cause some damage. And it's kind of a reverse of what we've seen in some of these other games where Winter would be getting the 11 Mutalisks while dealing with these Roaches in his base. And there's just this stream of Winter forces in all of the mineral lines. So many drones are being killed, and it looks like the Cinderella story may be about up.
Yeah, and there's not much he's going to be able to do with this. The Mutalisks are finishing up, but he has lost so many drones, 31 drones. There's absolutely no way that SpyderSlayer is going to be able to come back from this. He's trying to transfer them over to the 3rd base where there's some Roaches waiting to meet them. And he's going to be take this out, and he's going to be tapping out here any second. He does have these mutilus, but like I said, he's lost nearly all of his drones, so there's not a lot he's going to be able to do. Mutilus just kind of hanging out.
Yep, and now Winter behind this is getting Spore Crawlers at his base, is continuing to make Zerglings and just continuing the onslaught here in his base. And this is pretty much over here. 61 Zergling or drones killed now. A total of 2 drones left on the map.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have to give props to SpyderSlayer. He hung in this match for a really long time, put on some really great matches, standing up tall against Winter. And he does keep he does save his lair. Here comes some roaches trying to take it down, and there it goes. But yeah, really impressive play from SpyderSlayer. GG, well played, indeed. Round of applause for SpyderSlayer, and congratulations to Winter.
Yeah.
So SpyderSlayer is going to be exiting this tournament. He will take home a significant amount of money. I think you had the amount there. What was it?
Yeah, I believe that it was $130 and a Razer mouse.
Yeah, so that's certainly not an insignificant prize. And a big thanks to Mythologic for helping boost up that prize pool, and as well as donating the mice. So big round of applause and congratulations to SpyderSlayer for really playing well in this tournament. And we will be taking a quick break here and trying to get an interview with him to get some thoughts and see how he feels.
Yep, but we'll be right back.